Welcome, friends, to a fresh episode of BookWit. Today, we're diving into Morgan Housel's legendary The Psychology of Money, a book that says your feelings about money, your fears, ego, and hopes are way more important than your spreadsheets.
So, yeah, today's not just talk about money. It's going to be banter, odd comparisons, and a little self-roasting, too. I mean, if you think you're completely clueless about money, like no idea where to spend it, how much to save, don't worry. You'll find out this book proves almost everyone is in the same boat.
That's right. So, keep that coffee warm, open up your mind, and let's jump inside the brain of money.
The book teaches you having money doesn't automatically make you smart. Sometimes the person with less money but smarter habits is way more financially intelligent than the one flying first class on borrowed cash.
Right. Money without the right mindset? That's just numbers on an Excel sheet with an attitude problem.
So, Ryan, when you handed me this book, I thought, oh, I know what money means. Low balance equals bad mood. Done.
Nope. This book says money is a psychological game. Some people are happy with very little, while others with huge salaries live in constant anxiety.
So today, we're going through 20 points from the book, with humor, little aha moments, and maybe the occasional midlife crisis thrown in. Let's start.
Point 1. How you deal with money isn't built from logic. It's built from experience. This is the big one. We all have our own money story. If your dad ran a business, maybe you learned to take risks. If you grew up in a government job household, risk might mean getting passed over for promotion.
Yep. Growing up, we never had a credit card at home. So when I bought my first phone on monthly installments, my mom's reaction, "You're in debt now?"
Exactly. Your beliefs about money purely shaped by your experiences. That's why some people are terrified of risky investments, while others treat crypto like a casual round of Monopoly.
One person says, "I'll save every penny." Another says, "YOLO." Both are just running on different money psychology software.
You know, the book opens with a killer point. We're not as rational about money as we think. We're emotional.
Totally. When I got my first paycheck, my mom said, "Save it." What did I do? Booked a trip to the mountains. 2 days later.
Exactly, because our money habits are built on stories, not logic. Whether you've grown up seeing scarcity or you spent summers riding in your uncle's fancy car, it all sneaks into your financial decisions.
True. My friends invest in the stock market. I don't, because as a kid, I saw my dad lose sleep after buying one bad stock. I'm like, no thanks, I like my peace.
And that's exactly Housel's point. Money isn't run by IQ, it's run by your history.
So yeah, don't just envy someone's success. Look at the opportunities they had. And failure, often it's bad luck, not pure incompetence.
That's why I tell myself, don't compare your behind the scenes to someone else's Instagram story.
Point 3, getting rich versus staying rich.
Sure, buying a BMW can make you look rich, but if you're eating instant noodles to pay the monthly loan, that's not real wealth.
Yeah, that's called flashy broke. I once went to a friend's place, Mercedes in the driveway, and no tea bags in the kitchen.
The book puts it simply, earning money is easy. Keeping it is art.
Exactly. Why I aim to be silently rich. I invest quietly, no brass band, no Instagram brag.
Smart. Staying rich means adjusting your spending, not constantly chasing bigger income.
Point 4, freedom versus luxuries. Tell me, would you rather have a Lamborghini or the freedom to nap whenever you want?
Nap, hands down.
In an air-conditioned room? No meetings? That's real luxury.
Exactly. The book says, what we think of as luxury usually isn't. The ultimate luxury is control over your own time.
If I can have coffee at 2 p.m. without asking anyone's permission, I'm rich.
Meanwhile, the guy in a Gucci belt who never has time to eat with his dad, that's not wealth, that's exhaustion.
So, priority 1, use your money to buy freedom. Not the new phone, but the no boss, no schedule lifestyle.
Freedom equals real flex.
Point 5, be financially unbreakable. The book says, be financially unbreakable, meaning set up your finances so you can still stand tall when life throws a storm at you.
Like a rainy day fund.
Exactly. Imagine you work for a big company and suddenly layoffs hit. If you don't have at least 3 months of rent and savings, the panic starts instantly.
Yep, and that's when friends say, try freelancing. And I'm over here thinking, will I even have an eat outfit?
Being ready for the unexpected isn't being paranoid, it's being an all-round player.
So basically have a plan B and right beside it, a plan C. That's smart money management. Okay, point 6. Learn to say enough. Did you hear about that hedge fund manager with $100 million? He met someone with $500 million, panicked, and made risky investments until he lost everything.
Yep, my favorite line from the book. The hardest financial skill is getting the goalpost to stop moving. You've got to define your own enough.
I used to say, one iPhone and I'm good. Then it was, well, maybe AirPods and an Apple Watch.
Next, it'll be the iCar, and still you'll say, not enough.
Exactly. Whether it's money or fame, if you live in a more mindset, you'll never be happy. That's why being rich and being content are two very different things.
The book teaches, learn to stop before you try to get rich.
Point 7. Respect the role of luck. Remember Jake from 5th grade? Class topper since day one, now driving Uber. And Sophie, who barely opened a book, is living it up in Europe.
Oh yeah, life's weird like that. Brains alone don't guarantee a straight win. There's this wild card called luck that flips the scoreboard.
The book says success doesn't always mean smart, and failure doesn't always mean dumb. Some people were just in the right place, right time.
So what's the takeaway?
Don't get too cocky about your own wins. Give a little credit to luck. And when someone fails, don't just roast them. Try understanding the fight they've been in.
Exactly. Nobody's a total hero or a total zero in the money game.
Point 8. The real trick, knowing when to stop. Did you know that Bitcoin investors in 2010 who bought in at $100 and hit $10,000, most of them didn't cash out?
Yep. Because greed whispers just a little longer, and that little can tank everything.
The book says plenty of people lose it all chasing more.
Right. Need one house? Fine. But when you start dreaming of 4 houses and your own island, that's the danger zone.
Remember your Instagram buddy, the one who made $500,000 in 2 years with a fashion startup and is now eating instant ramen in the office cafeteria?
Because he didn't know when to hit pause. Real wealth is knowing when enough is enough.
Point 9. Happiness is the real return. For me, money isn't just about returns. It's about mental peace. If my investment keeps me up at night, I messed up.
Preach. Some folks chase insane returns in places that make you feel like you're having a heart attack every morning.
Amen. Peace is the real ROI.
Point 10. Think long term. Patience is the big profit. Ryan, you know what? Good returns are like good coffee. They take time to brew. Go instant and all you get is caffeine jitters, not flavor.
Lavs, that's actually perfect. The book says compound interest's magic works if you keep going and don't stop. In 10 to 20 years, it's wild what it can do.
Like Warren Buffett, 90% of his wealth came after he turned 50. His secret? Started early, never stopped.
Meanwhile, we invest for 3 months, don't see a profit, and Google, why is my mutual fund not growing?
Lesson? Wait, trust the process, drink your tea, take a nap.
Point 11. You know less than you think you do. This one's gotta be tattooed on the brain. We all think, I know how the market works. But nope, you don't. I don't. No one does.
You are right. Even the market doesn't know its future.
That's why the book says, stay confident but humble. Humility is actually a financial weapon.
We plan for 5 years, and life
flips the table in 5 minutes.
Plan for the future, but don't marry your plan. I literally printed that and stuck it on my desk.
Point 12. Time is the most powerful force in investing.
Time's the real king. And not just in Game of Thrones, it rules investing too.
Exactly. I call compound interest slow magic, like a good stew. First it simmers, then the flavor hits.
Want big gains? Give it big time. Put your money in, let it sleep, and 10 years later, it's like it's been hitting the gym.
So my SIP is basically a love letter to my future self.
Point 13. Behavior greater than intelligence. I knew a guy with a 145 IQ, talked economics like he was winning a Nobel. Then one day, boom, his house got repossessed.
Wow! Proof that IQ isn't the whole story.
Yeah, the book says smarts start the investment, but behavior keeps it alive.
If you cheer when the market is up and panic when it's down, you lose. The real skills? Caution, patience, and consistency.
Amen. It's not your MBA or IQ, it's your reactions that build your brand.
Point 14. Drop the ego or lose it all.
You know, I can't lose is the fastest way to lose?
Oh, totally. That's Titanic thinking. My ship won't sink. Then the iceberg's like, hold my beer.
Ego pushes you into risk because you think you're different.
But in reality, no one's special. We're all one bad decision away from disaster.
Before making a big investment, ask yourself, am I just feeling invincible? Because ego's the staircase to a fall.
And humility, that's the life jacket. And yep, it can make you money too.
Point 15. Saving equals self-respect. Some think saving means being stingy. Nope. Saving means you've got your future selves back.
Like when I skipped a flashy phone, saved $200, and bought a used one instead, everyone said I was broke.
And what?
3 months later, I used that money to buy a mic and start my YouTube channel.
See? Saving is saying no today so you can say yes tomorrow.
True. Significant income doesn't mean money stays. People with modest income but consistent savings are the secure ones.
So yeah, saving equals freedom. And freedom is the ultimate luxury.
Point 16. You're not wrong if the crowd disagrees with you. This reminds me of the time I said I was buying gold. Everyone laughed. Nina's gone full Bollywood heroine now.
Yeah, they roasted you like you were buying green chilies instead of gold.
But, sometimes the ones who ignore the trend and stay patient hit the jackpot. Like the people who bought Apple when it was just a fruit.
Yeah, the crowd's not always right. If you've done the homework and trust your gut, walking alone isn't a crime.
Now, point 17. Compound interest is magic. I'd read about this in books, but the first time my bank balance went from 500 to 520, I was like, all right, I'm in my prime form now.
Warren Buffett made 85% of his wealth after he turned 65 because he trusted compound interest. Time is interest's father.
So putting money in a savings app is basically me setting myself up to impress myself?
Exactly. Compound interest is slow but certain. Save $1 a day for 20 years, and no, you're not going to get a BMW, but you might get yourself a nice little house.
The catch is patience. Check after a month, you'll go, wow, $1.20 more? And feel like deleting the app.
That's why it's like a long-term relationship. Needs patience, a little love, and a lot of time.
Point 18. Reasonable greater than rational. This one's deliciously true. If I were fully logical all the time, I'd be a robot.
Exactly. Sometimes the best choice isn't the most rational one, it's the reasonable one. Like, you want tea, but your diet says no, you still drink it because it makes you happy.
That's emotional ROI. If your mood's good, life runs smoother, and money follows.
Yep, in finance, it's not always the PE ratio. Sometimes you need the peace ratio.
Then my next investment is an organic tea cafe.
Okay, point 19. You will change. When I was a kid, I thought I'd grow up to be a movie star. Now look, hosting a podcast.
You're still a star, just dancing around personal finance instead of a film set.
Yeah, we change. What feels urgent today might feel silly in 5 years.
That's why you invest so your future self doesn't look back and say, what was I even thinking?
So if I start an SIP instead of another Netflix binge, maybe future me will send past me flowers.
And a thank you card, signed from your fabulous future self.
Point 20. Nothing is free. Everything has a price. This made me think, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Even free Wi-Fi comes with a headache eventually.
In investing or life, everything has a price. Sometimes it's money, sometimes peace of mind, sometimes time.
Patience has a cost. Staying up at night, riding market drops, ignoring hype. It all takes something from you.
And here's the big truth. If someone says guaranteed profit, that's their profit, not yours.
So true. Even not making a choice has a cost.
Well, then, let's pay the price for our tea today. But only for the good kind, like a smart investment in a cup.
So that's all for today. 20 lessons, 3 cups of coffee, and at least 14 bad jokes.
14? Please. I counted 17, and 2 of them were actually decent.
Hey, my jokes are like compound interest. They get better over time.
If that's true, by the year 2080, you'll be hilarious.
Until then, remember, money's like a cat. It'll come to you if you treat it well, but it'll scratch you if you get too grabby.
And sometimes it ignores you completely and sits in someone else's lap. So, be kind, be patient, and feed your financial cat.
Or at least give it milk, the lactose-free, tax-deductible kind.
We've been Ryan and Nina, your slightly caffeinated money friends.
And this was BookWit, where we read books so you don't have to, but you probably should.
Until next time, spend wisely, save patiently.
And if all else fails, just blame the economy.
Bye!